Hello and welcome to our 30-minute Vinyasa class for this week. My name is Katie Hodgson. I am one of the yoga instructors with the JCC. And today we have a 30-minute Vinyasa flow, so movement with the breath. Not quite a restorative practice. This is all levels, so if you want to amp it up at any time, you can feel free to do that. If you want to take a nice relaxing pose at any time, you can do that as well. This is your practice, your 30 minutes, so whatever suits you today. For the practice, some blocks or books might help. If you don't have them, not a deal breaker. I did create a 80s themed playlist for this class, hence the side pony and neon. So if you wanted to check out the 80s playlist, you can go to the JCC's Facebook page and click the link there, or find it on Spotify under Katie Hodgson. So we're going to go ahead and get started on our backs, finding a Supta Baddha Konasana reclined bound angle pose. So go ahead, find your backs. This is where those blocks might come in handy. You're going to take those two blocks on either side. Soles of the feet come to touch. And just find a nice relaxing pose here. So with those blocks, you could place them underneath the knees, starting with that gentle hip opener. There's 3 levels for those blocks, so whatever level feels good, maybe the lowest, middle, or the highest. I'm gonna go with the lowest here. The closer the soles of the feet are to your body, the more intense of a hip opener is gonna be, so just listening to the body. Start to walk the shoulders underneath, get a little bit of a heart opening in this pose. You can go ahead and close your eyes. Place one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Just landing here on your mat. Just starting to notice your breath, where it falls in your body as you inhale. Releasing any tension as you exhale. So feeling the rise of your chest, belly, as you take that breath in. Consciously trying to soften as you exhale. Take 2 more breaths. Softening the face, the jaw, shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. Excellent. From here, you can push those blocks or books aside. You're going to extend that left leg long, left heel rooted down on the mat. Right knee in towards the armpit, bypass the rib cage. Fingers are clasped on that right shin. Shin is tucked, tailbone rooted down. So both hips are on the mat. So wind removing pose, right side slowly starting to work into that right hip crease. So keeping that chin tucked, maybe finding some circles here with that right knee. Slow or as fast as you need to. You can change up the direction of those circles. 2 more full breaths. Excellent. So from here, you're just going to release that right knee, extend that right leg long. Left knee comes in, change the grip with those hands. Find that left shin towards that left armpit. Wind removing pose on that left side. So just finding some stillness here to start. Sending your breath to that left hip crease. And then finding those circles. You can change the direction. If there's any space in that hip that feels maybe a little extra tense, you can pause there. One more breath. And you're going to pause here at the top. So we're going to start to dial into our core. So you want to ensure that you don't have any space between your lower back and the mat. So you're rounding out through that, through your spine, so that through that tailbone. And then, so to start, you can keep your shoulders on the mat. If you want to go to that next level, you're going to inhale and just start to lift the shoulders up, chin. You have a space here, so it's almost like you have an apple between the chin. You don't want to tuck the chin here. You're just gazing up towards that top ceiling of the room. Good visual, right? And then from here, you're going to take a nice inhale in. So you still have that shin, hands on the shin. And then as you exhale, bring that right knee in towards that right shin, holding here. Take that exhale, take a nice inhale in. Exhale, right leg extends, left knee in. Inhale in. Exhale, bring that right knee in, left leg extends. So you're trying to keep that left foot elevated, but if you need to lower, you can do that too. So we're going to do this 4 more times. Take that inhale in. Exhale, release. Inhale in. Exhale, release. Inhale in. Exhale, releasing. Inhaling. Exhale, change. One more time, inhale in. Exhale, release. Hold one breath. Excellent, then you can release that head down. Plant both feet down, just bend the knees, bring them side to side. Try to keep those hips planted down. Gives you that nice stretch along your lower abdominals, that iliac crest. So 2 more breaths. Excellent. So from here, bring the knees into the chest. You can clasp your opposite wrists or elbows, root the hips down, rock side to side. Give you that nice little massage here on your back. 2 more breaths. From here, you're going to rock and roll up and down the spine if that is comfortable for you. If not, you can make your way right to that tabletop position. So eventually making your way to that tabletop. So for that tabletop, you are stacking the shoulders over the wrists, the hips over the knees. And then from here, you're going to inhale, lower the belly, gazing forward, cow pose. As you exhale, rounding out through the spine, pushing the mat away, tucking the chin. The creases of the elbows go forward as that tailbone is tucked, cat pose. So going at your pace here, as slow as you need to. Maybe you want to go a little quicker today. You're going to rock the hips side to side. Find some circles. Undulating the spine with this cow-cat pose. You're going to take 2 more cycles of breath. Back to that neutral tabletop. Then from here, take that left shin parallel short edge of the mat. So you're essentially making a kickstand with that left shin. That right leg extends back. As you inhale, that right arm sweeps up, the left arm extends up towards the ceiling, side gate pose. So you're gazing up towards that right thumb. You're not dumping into that left shoulder, so you're pushing the floor, the mat away with that left hand. Right shoulder stacks on top. From here, you can start to sweep that right hand towards the front of the room so you have that nice long line of energy from those right fingertips to those right toes. One more breath here. So you're going to just do 3 breaths with the core movement. So you're elongating through those right fingertips, weights in that left hand. Then as you exhale, you're getting light in that left toes. You're going to bring that, or the right toes, right knee towards the right elbow, feeling that in those right obliques. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring it in. One more time, inhale. Finding that nice long line of energy. As you exhale, bring that right elbow, right knee. Inhale long. Come back to that tabletop. We're going to take a child's pose here just for 3 breaths. So big toes to touch, knees mat distance apart, sinking back towards those heels. As you exhale, extending the arms forward, forehead comes to the mat or to a block. So each exhale, tailbone getting heavier towards those heels. You can maybe come to those tented fingertips, really dialing down the shoulders, down your back. One more breath. So from here, coming back to that tabletop position. This time from here, you're going to kickstand that right shin so it's parallel with the short edge of the mat. That left foot steps back. Inhale, left arm sweeps up towards the ceiling, side gate pose. So you're pushing up through that right hand. You don't want to dump down into that right shoulder. Envision a string pulling those left fingertips up towards the ceiling. Nice active energy. Left shoulder stacked on top of the right. And then next breath, you can start to extend those left fingertips towards that opposite side of the room. One more breath. Excellent. So coming into that core work, you're going to inhale that length, get light on those left toes, and as you exhale, left elbow towards that left knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring it in. One more breath. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, bringing it all in. Inhaling back to that child's pose. 3 breaths, big toes to touch, knees mat distance apart, sinking back towards those heels. Arms extend long, forehead on the block or the mat. Maybe you want to rock your forehead temple to temple, giving yourself that nice little massage in that energy center in the body. Two more breaths. So from here, make your way back up to that tabletop position. And then from here, you're going to gaze down. Make sure you're kind of clawing through the mat. This protects the wrist, ensures you have weight distributed in all 10 fingers. And then from here, those hips can come up and back. Downward facing dog. So maybe it's your first down dog of the day, so you could bend those knees as much as you need to. Shake that head, yes and no. So starting with the foundation, pushing the mat away, shoulders are away from the ears. You're gazing either between the feet, maybe up towards your navel. Tailbone towards that back ceiling. And eventually those knees can start to straighten out as those heels get heavier. Take a nice inhale in here, come to the balls of the feet. As you exhale, heels release down towards the mat. Do that 2 more times on your own breath. And just take a breath of stillness. Excellent. So from here, you're going to shift forward into that plank pose. So shoulders stack over the wrists. Tailbone is tucked, pushing the mat away. Always the option to lower down to the knees. We're just here for 2 more breaths. So navel up towards the spine, nice strong legs, doming sensation in the shoulders. 1 more breath. And then from here, lower down to those knees. Just make sure you have those shoulders stacked over the wrists. And we're going to lower here for a count of 5. So engage the core, navel up towards the spine, lower down for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and down to the mat. Excellent work. Plant the hands underneath the shoulders, bend the knees, just bring those feet side to side, windshield wiper the legs. It's a nice little stretch here in that lower back. Take 2 more breaths. And so from here, coming to that cobra pose, hands planted underneath the shoulders, legs extended, tops of the feet on the mat. As you inhale, tops of the feet push into the mat, shin is tucked, cobra pose. Exhale, releasing down. 2 more times, inhale, rising. Exhale, release. And inhale, rising, releasing down as you exhale. From here, hips come up and back. Downward facing dog. Take 1 breath here. Inhale in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, side out. Gazing forward, walking your feet to meet your hands in the middle of the mat, ragdoll pose. Knees mat's distance apart. You're bending your knees as much as you need to so that you can relax the belly on the thighs. That gives you that release in the lower back that we're looking for. So then from here, you're gonna let the fingertips dangle, maybe find opposite elbows or the bind behind the neck. Whatever feels good to you today. You can bend straight in through the legs. Take 2 more breaths. Excellent. Then releasing any bind that you have, you're going to slowly start to rise up. Head and neck are heavy, the last to rise. Making your way to your mountain pose, Tadasana. So big toes to touch or feet hips distance apart, whatever feels comfortable for you, really. So lifting up through the arches to change that foundation. Legs engaged and strong. Tailbone is tucked. Navel's pulled in towards the spine. Take the shoulders up to the ears. Release them down your back. Do that 1 more time. So drawing the shoulder blades down and away. Take 2 breaths here in this mountain pose. Maybe you'd like to set an intention for your practice or for your week. Or just simply breathe. Moving on to our sun salutations. As you inhale, you're going to reach your arms up towards the ceiling, reaching up, looking up as those hips come forward. As you exhale, you're going to find that forward fold, hinging from the hips, Uttanasana. So halfway lift as you inhale, you have that nice long spine, gazing towards the horizon. Folding as you exhale. So planting your hands, stepping back to plank pose. Just one breath here. Lowering down to the knees. As you exhale, lower down, elbows graze the ribs, baby chaturanga. Inhaling into that cobra pose. Then as you exhale, those hips come up and back. Downward facing dog. Gazing forward, step walker float up to the top of your mat. Landing nice and light. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding. Then as you inhale, root to rise, reverse swan dive up towards the ceiling. A little baby back bend here at the top. As you exhale, find that forward fold, Uttanasana. Halfway lift as you inhale. Folding as you exhale. Planting your hands, stepping back to plank pose. One breath here. So you have the option to stick with that knees down vinyasa if you like to go for that chaturanga. You're shifting forward, lowering those elbows to that 90-degree angle. Then inhaling that heart through, upward facing dog. Hips come up and back, downward facing dog. Bend straight in through the legs. Take a nice inhale in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it out. And so from here, bring those big toes to touch. And as you inhale, you can extend that right leg up towards the ceiling. Bend that right knee, stack that right hip on top of the left. So opening up that right hip joint, maybe you want to find some circles with that right knee. If flip dog is in your practice, you're going to go ahead, land that right foot down. Hips come up as that right arm extends towards the back of the room. You also have the option to lower that left knee down as that right foot steps back to that side gate like how we started class. One more breath. Excellent. Back to that three-legged dog. Right leg extends high. Then as you exhale, right into the nose, shoulder stack over the wrist. You're going to plant that right foot down. You're going to root that left foot down at a 45-degree angle, setting yourself up for warrior one. So tailbone is tucked. You have that right knee towards that right pinky toe, rooting down through the outside of that left foot. As you're stable in that foundation, those arms can extend up towards the ceiling, shoulders away from the ears. Warrior one. So finding that space between effort and ease. Face is relaxed. Maybe finding a smile. And from here, right arm extends forward, left arm extends back, left foot parallel short edge of the mat. Tailbone is untucked, warrior two. So you don't want to sink forward here. You want that head stacked over the heart, over the pelvis. Gazing over that right middle finger, shoulders are relaxed. One more breath. From here, reverse warrior, peaceful warrior, left hand down that left leg as that right arm extends up towards the ceiling. So you're lifting out from that right hip. Feel that space you're creating in those right ribs. From here, straighten through that front leg, reverse triangle pose. From here, taking a nice inhale in, arms come back to center, Exhale down to that triangle pose. So if you wanted to grab that block, you can place it beside that right foot. Fingertips come to the mat, to the block. So you're, again, envision that you have a string attached to those left fingertips that are lifting you up from the ceiling. So you're not really shifting any weight into this right hand. Those right fingertips are just there to give you that slight assist. Take one more breath here. Excellent. So from here, you're going to bring those arms back up to center, and you're going to shift, bring the hands to the hips. We're shifting up to a tree pose on the right side. So you're shifting the weight forward into that right standing leg. And then you're taking that left foot, sole of the left foot, either to your ankle, calf, up to that right thigh, whatever feels right today. It's a nice balancing pose. Staying with the breath. If you'd like, you could extend your arms up to the ceiling. If you want a real balance challenge, you could start to close the eyes. You bring your hands to heart center, whatever feels good. We're here for 5 more breaths in this tree pose. Two more nice breaths. Excellent. So to release, we're going to come into a seated twist. So you're taking that left leg that is bent, you're balancing on that right leg. So you're going to take that left leg out and just start to bring it behind that right knee and just find a seat. And we're already in that seated position. So I'm mirroring you, but so you have that left leg is bent, left heel towards that right glute. You have the right knee, right leg crossed over that left leg. And then we're just going to find that little twist. You're going to inhale, arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale towards that right side. Left elbow, right thigh. Right fingertips come behind you. Inhale, that lengthen the spine. Exhale, gaze over that right shoulder. Take one more breath here. Excellent. So to release, you're just going to come back towards that left side. You're going to plant those left hands down. Come to the ball of that left foot, right foot steps back. Downward facing dog. Take that vinyasa here in between sides. Nice inhale in through the nose, meeting and down dog. Exhale, open mouth, exhale. So from here, moving on to that left side, big toes to touch. As you inhale, that left leg extends up towards the ceiling, bending that left knee. The left hip stacks on top of right. Find those circles. You can flip your dog or lower that right knee down, left foot steps back. Side gate pose. One more breath. Back to that three-legged dog. Left leg extends high. Then as you exhale, left knee to the nose. Plant that left foot down, hands to the hips, right foot roots down, 45-degree angle. Warrior one, left side. So setting up that foundation, left knee towards that left pinky toe, tailbone is tucked, core is engaged, arms extend up towards the ceiling for that full expression of warrior one. Take one more breath. Then from here, warrior two, left arm reaches back, right arm, or left arm reaches forward, right arm reaches back, right foot parallel short edge of the mat. Sinking forward into that left knee, but you have that head over the heart, over the pelvis. Take two more breaths. From here, reverse warrior, right hand down that right leg as that left arm extends up towards the ceiling, lifting out from that left hip. Gazing up towards those left fingertips. One more breath. Straighten through that left leg. Reverse triangle to start. One more breath. You're going to hinge forward. We're finding that triangle pose on the left side. So you can grab that block if you need to, coming to those left fingertips. As that right arm reaches up, you have that string from the ceiling pulling those right fingertips up towards you. So nice and energetic. You're going to take two more breaths here. You're gazing up towards those right fingertips, right thumb. And from here, arms come back up to center. We're going to come to that tree pose on the left side. So if you want to bring the hands to the hips to start, stepping that right foot up to the sole of the right foot, that is. So you're balancing on that left leg. Tree pose, left side. So we're going to be here for 6 or 7 breaths, just like last time. So again, maybe sole of the foot is on the calf, the ankle, on the thigh, whatever feels comfortable on this side is going to feel different from the right side. You can extend your arms up towards the ceiling. Or bring your hands to heart center. You can close the eyes for that added balance challenge. We have 3 more breaths. Excellent. For that twist here, bring those hands to the hips. Just release that right leg and then start to bring that right knee behind that left knee. You're just going to find the seat. So we already have that twist happening. So you have that right knee bent, right heel towards that left glute, left leg crossed over the right. Inhale, arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, twisting to that left side, right elbow, left thigh, tented left fingertips behind you. Inhale that length in the spine. Exhale, you're rooting down through the sacrum, through your seat. You're gazing over that left shoulder. Take one more nice breath. Excellent. So from here, we have one final vinyasa. So you're just going to uncross those legs, come back to that downward facing dog. Take that final flow. Back to that downward dog. And from here, just lower to those knees. I'm just going to find bound angle pose, Baddha Konasana. So we started class with Supta Baddha Konasana. We will end with Baddha Konasana. So we are not reclined. We are in that seat. So soles of the feet together. The closer they are to you, the more intense of a hip opener it's going to be. You can open those feet up like a book. And just feel that nice external hip rotation, that stretch through those hips. So you could stay here if you want to get some length in the spine as you inhale. Fold forward as you exhale. You walk those hands forward. 2 more breaths. Try to walk your hands back up towards you. Just find a nice, easy seat. We will seal our practice today with 2 breaths. You can inhale your arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale your hands to heart center. Inhaling. Exhaling. You can place your thumbs along your sternum. Maybe tuck your chin towards your chest. Thank your body for carrying you through this practice and throughout your days and all of your movements. I want to thank you for spending some time with us here at the JCC. I hope you enjoyed the 80s playlist if you clicked on it. Otherwise, wishing you a wonderful week. Hope that you are feeling well. Namaste. We'll see you soon.